Okay, there are a few more things that I want to look at from this posterior view. So we're going to start with the level of your hips. We already looked at how the back was arching with a apparent lean to the right. Now I'm going to pause it and we're going to look at the how level your hips are. So I'm going to pause it. I'm going to scroll forward a little bit. So when we're right at, okay, so here's that point when you're at mid-stance on the right side, and we see that curve in your back. Okay, so I'll just draw a quick line again. That's what we talked about before, how much of an arch there is there. Get rid of that. Okay. If we draw a line across your pelvis, you can see that when you're on the stance on the right leg, your pelvis looks fairly level, even though your back is curved. Now we're going to scroll forward so we see what it looks like when you're on your left leg. We're going to leave the line there. And here we go, scrolling forward slowly. A lot of vertical displacement there, and then watch your hips when you land on the left side. Look at how much that right hip drops, how low your shorts are below that blue line when you're at mid-stance on that left. So your left glute muscles are not doing a good job of stabilizing you here. And we'll just scroll through again so we can see when the right foot hits the ground. I'll just let it, well, I'll go through slowly. Here we go. And then the right foot hits. Pelvis is fairly level, back is bent. Left foot hits. Pelvis just crashes down. So something is going on there, and we'll figure it out. The next thing I want to look at in this posterior view is the angle of your ankles or your heels when you hit the ground. Okay, so we're going to try to scroll here so we can see the right foot hitting the ground. So your right foot hits right about there. Right there is when the outside of your right foot is hitting the ground. Now we know that you hit with the outside of your foot, but let's try to get an angle to see exactly the difference between the right and the left. Okay, so I've drawn in an angle there, and it's not perfect. We can't see the alignment perfectly because of the other foot in the way and because of the fact that you have shoes on, but it's somewhere around, let's say 160. Let's say it's right around 160. All right, so that should be more of a vertical line. All right, now let's compare that to the left side. So again, it's a little bit hard to see because you have shoes and because your other foot is obstructing the view, but let's try to find, so you're about to hit the ground, so you're probably hitting right about there. Yeah, just about to touch down. Now I'm going to draw an angle. So you can see that angle is closer to 177 degrees, so that is much closer to neutral than the other side. So your right foot is landing far more supinated than the left foot. And now I'm just gonna let it run at a slow speed so we can look at that grossly. Pretty straight, very bent. Difficult to see, very bent.